keep on trying. I'm about that life, never quit. I'm about that life, keep on striving. I'm about that life, keep on pressing. I'm about that life, keep on shining. I'm about that life, keep on dreaming. I'm about that life, never stopping. I'm about that life. It's a dream thing, y'all.
A striking voice when you hear it, a strong stage presence, actress, singer, dancer, just a few things to describe today's guest. Today on About That Life, Domonique Paton. Domonique!
Hi.
Oh, I love that she even did a little musical note for us. Thank you
Oh
so much.
God.
That was beautiful. Thank you so much for being on here. It really means
Of
a
course.
lot. I want to go into how do I know Dominique. I think it was in 2017. I met you. We were backstage at Disneyland, and I was fangirling
Oh, cool.
because I had seen you playing Anna in Frozen live at Hyperion, and I just was like in love. And I was like, I hope I am not bothering you. And you were like, oh, who? I was like, I'm a fan. I've seen you in the show. I know it's a little weird. You don't know me, but you were so cool about it. And I've just watched you from afar. And I know a lot of people who have worked with you, and I hear nothing but great things. I don't know you like personally, but every time we've run into each other backstage at
Yeah.
work, you've always just been so kind. So thank you for your kindness.
Well, I
Always.
appreciate that. Same. Anytime we see each other, it's always like a hey or a hey,
Yeah,
like a
yeah,
real quick greeting. But we all it's always good vibes felt back and forth. So
yeah. And I mean, I'm sorry for anybody who did not get a chance to see Dominique play Anna because she just killed it.
oh,
And I'm not just talking about vocally, I mean just everything in the full body dance and then the acting too, because I saw it one time on the orchestra level, and then I saw it in the mezzanine. And it's still your acting still and your performance still affected me.
oh,
And I felt even different layers and nuances in the way you delivered it. So, and I know it's hard because in that setting, it's more like an attraction,
yeah, yeah,
versus an actual full production like you would see on Broadway.
yeah.
But you treated it like it was real instead of like, oh, this is my 9 to 5. So
Right, right. Which it was, which is also the coolest thing.
yeah, not a bad 9 to 5, right? So
Not a bad. Nope, not at all.
I just want to list some of her stage credits because it's a lot.
Yep.
But she deserves the praise for all this hard work she's put in her into her career. Wicked on Broadway, yes, I said on Broadway. How the Grinch Stole Christmas national tour, Hairspray national tour, Once on This Island, the New York City Lab. She also did Les Mis on tour in 2017. The Color Purple, Grease, like I said, Anna at Frozen Live at the Hyperion, and my favorite credit. Disney 365.
I'm sorry.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
That one does creep back up on me every once in a while. Not gonna lie.
I'm gonna ask about that a little later.
Okay.
Just
Okay.
great. I love that. But yes, the first question is when I use the phrase your voice is an instrument, what does that mean to you?
You know, I actually didn't consider my voice an instrument until I started taking voice lessons. And I actually didn't start taking voice lessons until I was in college. And I had a really great voice teacher who I still work with today. Her name is Chris Feldman. I cannot recommend her enough. Um, and we were just having a conversation, and she was like, "Hey, there's this project, but they also might need you to play an instrument." And I was like, "Oh, I don't play an instrument." She was like, "Well, yeah, you do. You play your voice is an instrument." And it was literally like, what? Just because also there's so many nuances, right? There's so many ways you can sound and vocalize. And it wasn't really until I started exploring my voice through voice lessons that I realized how much nuance we can have using my voice as an instrument. Not just because people are like, oh, you're just a singer. Like, no, I am also a musician. I make music in many different ways with my body because singing is very much from the tip of your toes to the top of your head.
And you have a beautiful instrument.
Oh, thank you.
It's just, oh my gosh, it's so velvety. It's like, and you hit such high notes. It's like, huh? So yes, I mean, kudos to your vocal coach, and I mean, you obviously are taking really good care of it. I know that that also is important is vocal care.
Yeah.
I can tell that you have put in the time.
Right before my Wicked audition, I saw my vocal coach. Like she knew I was going. Right before I got on the train to head in, we had an hour session. I went over the song. We went over breathing techniques. Like, she's been the only vocal coach I've ever had in my entire career. So at this point, she's a little bit more than that. She's kind of family. I got nodes really early in my career.
Mm.
Because I was on my very first tour. I was fresh out of school. I was like, I can sing whatever. And my voice went, oh, no, you can't. And she nursed me back to health. I literally had to take 6 months off from vocalizing, and she brought me back to where I need to be. So it never stops, right? The learning and the training. So you can hopefully be like a Patti LaBelle singing up into the rafters when you're 70, is if you treat the instrument right, it'll be there for you when you need it.
How did you get started performing?
My grandmother used to dance for Little Richard and James Brown, and she was an actress as well. And so my mother danced, so I started dancing. Right, like I was in dance class very little, and my grandmother used to pick me up when I'd spend weekends with her. She got me an Oshkosh B'gosh little play, like you put the cassette in and it had a little microphone. And on the way, she used to live in Ventura, so they would meet like halfway in Malibu. And so she would put me in the back seat, and they got me Mariah Carey's Music Box cassette.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Come on.
And I would put it in, and she literally did one of those where you look at the back, and because I was in the back seat, she was like, uh-oh. We might have to do something about this. Because I'm in the back just, singing my heart. They were like, huh, okay. And then from there, it was continued to dance, but choirs. And then, that's kind of how it all starts. I would probably say I was like 7 or 8, really, that they were like, okay, let's see if this is a thing. Yeah.
Oh, I believe that. I totally believe that.
Oh gosh, little. I'm pretty sure, or maybe it was like old school. I can't remember, but it was like white with a red cassette door, So I want to say Oshkosh B'gosh, but now those make me think that's probably what I was wearing or a brand.
I love that you're even bringing back Oshkosh B'gosh. I always love when your family can see the little glimmer in you, and they're like, there's something there. Yeah. And it just starts so early. A lot of times it's just they kind of know what direction you're going to go.
Right. Like I was going to be a dancer no matter what. Right. Like that was kind of like, I had to go to dance class. That was kind of already in the landscape, but this was a very unexpected turn in which has been very grateful for it the whole time.
Yes. You have talked about how The Little Mermaid was a very important film to you and that Ariel is your favorite princess. Why is that film so important to you?
I think the overall message, right? People get it kind of twisted about their they feel that the movie is about her leaving her family for someone, and I think what the movie actually is about is her finding her voice ultimately, but also being so obsessed with the world above that she was going to go regardless. She was trying to get up there regardless. She just happened to find someone worth going up there for. But I think the power she found within herself, losing her voice, right? For me, at a young age, I got attached to having something very special. And you get nervous when you kind of get a little bit of special treatment being kind of good at something. You get nervous that maybe if you ever lose it, you won't be as important. You won't be as cared for or as looked upon if you lose your voice. So I learned to find the power in my actual voice, but also appreciate that you can be everything you need to be without your voice at the same time.
Oh.
And so So that movie just always she got exactly what she needed and didn't have to say a single thing, you know?
Mm.
And so there is some power in that when it comes to that movie. And I've always loved the ocean. I've always thought it's such a magical slash dangerous, curious place. So to watch a movie that made it look like an amazing place to be, where they sang and they played music down there, it just attracted me at a very early age.
I love how you talked about if you felt like your voice was lost, that you would have lost maybe the validation of who you were.
Mhm.
And I definitely can attest to that, of feeling like my worth was based in my talent. So I love that you even touched on that, because I think that's something as performers, when we get gratifying news about our talent over and over and over again, we go, well, that's what makes me great. Is
That's who I am.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And it can be
Mhm.
hard to separate, right? That's when
Yes.
COVID and slow moments happen within our industry. We always, creatives kind of feel a little lifeless, right? Because we don't get a chance to shine or show, what we think are our best parts of ourselves. But if you can find a way to fall in love with yourself without all the shiny parts,
Mm.
I think that's what makes when you are able to show off who you can really be 100% even better.
Even as you're talking about that, I'm kind of thinking of like Whitney Houston and Celine Dion,
Yeah.
Can we separate them from their voice?
Yeah, like yeah.
You have one life preserver to give to someone else.
Okay.
Who's gonna get it? Celine Dion, Whitney Houston, or Jodie Benson?
Okay. Well, I'm reason why I'm not going to say Jodie Benson is because I think she would call upon the water gods to save her because she's been blessed.
She'll
I
pull.
think the mermaids would come from Atlantica and save her. So I think she'll be okay. I would have to say, I am a Celine stan. That
Hmm.
woman is the only performer I've ever seen live 5 times. Um, and yeah, Whitney, of course, because like I sing most of her music. I found a lot of influence in her, but there was something about, I mean, like Celine could quiet a room with a hum. You know what I mean? Like the intonation, her coloring, it's just drawn me. So I think I would have to, I would be like, I love you, Nippy, but save.
Sorry, Nippy.
I'm so sorry, girl. I'm sorry.
Oh man.
But yeah, that she'd have to get the preserver.
I love it. I have never seen her live, and I was in Vegas at one time in 2019. I saw you like months later. You went to see it. I
Mhm.
was so jealous. I was like, "Why did I go?"
Yeah, I have missed a few
Oh,
shows at Les Mis. I told my stage manager, I said, I got tickets to go see Celine Dion. I need the day off. Like I have done that. I have, so yeah,
mm,
it's here's hoping she has um a speedy recovery and hopefully we're able to see some more live performances from her in the
yes.
future so we can all be blessed.
Yes, truly. Did you get a chance to see her performance from the Paris Olympics?
Yes.
The
And what
opening
I
ceremony?
loved is I missed it live, but
Oh,
17 people sent it to me on Instagram,
oh,
which
okay, that's
I
great.
always go, at least other people know that I'm obsessed with her. So I
Yeah.
got flooded with everything when
Okay.
it happened. So I was like, yes.
They kept talking about maybe Celine will perform, and then all of a sudden it just went quiet, and then I heard her voice, and I was like, "Eh."
Yeah. It was, I mean, I cried. I like cried because I was just like, it's selfish of me to want her back. I understand. And she's already left us with 30 years of amazing music and I have all the recordings from the times I've seen her, but just like
Mhm.
unfortunately we don't have Whitney anymore, right? You want to be able to go see these people if you can.
Mhm. Oh yeah, if I had an opportunity right now to have like to go back in time and see Whitney, like even in the 90s, oh
Yeah.
yeah, I'm gonna jump on it
Yeah.
in a second.
Her and Prince, hands down.
Oh yeah, oh that's
Give me a
good.
chance.
That's real good. So I wanted to talk about Disney 365.
Yes.
How did that come about? What was the
Yeah.
audition process? What was the experience like for those
Yeah,
of us who
no,
remember it?
it was one of the coolest things I've ever done. So I was a Disney 365 host for a year. I did, I think, 5 segments, only 3 aired. Um, but yeah, it was something that had come across my agent's desk and was like, hey, I'm not sure if this is something you might want to do. It's right in the age range that you play. So it'd be, if this is something you might want to do, let me know. And, similar, very similar audition up process. You go in, I kind of had to, it was more of a personality test. They just want to see, how you'd come across on camera, because there weren't really lines, right? They did have approved questions. They would kind of just ask whatever show or movie we were getting ready to review that you knew what you were talking about, kind of come in having seen some of the clips or at least seen the TV show that we're talking about, some of the artists we're talking to. So there wasn't really a script. And there was only really one callback. And then, yeah, I had booked it. And my first spot that I had done was for the Phineas and Ferb live tour,
Oh,
which was really cool because there were some people from the actual show that came to see the live tour. And yeah, it was so unexpected, but it was just so much fun to get to travel to different places. And I got a chance to interview China McClain. Um,
oh, come on.
there was a Disney special that I did, and we spent the day at Disneyland prior to me like actually working there, which was really kind of cool. And spent the day interviewing China McClain and her sisters, and it was like a duo episode because they were also in Florida talking to Zendaya and Bella because they were filming the Christmas parade on both at the same time of both days. And so it was kind of cool just being able to work for a channel that I'd always, watched. I never got to do the like, I'm Dominique and you're watching the Disney Channel. But in my mind, when I would hear Disney 365 come on, I was like, oh, that's me,
There was a time when Disney Channel was just it, and
Poppin'.
you're a part of that,
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
a
I'm
big.
grateful. Grateful to have a commercial airing during that time for sure.
You know you liking this episode, and you know what you need to do, don't you? You need to go ahead and hit that like button, and you need to hit that share button, and you need to hit that subscribe button. They are waiting for you right there. They got your name right on it, right there. Yes, go ahead and hit those buttons for me. And back to the episode.
What was it like to accomplish Broadway in the production of Wicked?
Unexpected.
Hmm.
And I say, and I think anyone who's done Wicked has it's never, I don't know anyone who's done Wicked who auditioned once and booked it.
Hmm.
It has been, I have auditioned for Wicked over the past 5 years, off and on. And it was always originally ensemble, and then it switched to Glinda. And you put a little bit in your mind because I had seen Wicked year after year, and the person who played Glinda never looked like me. So you do the tape because you do the tape, right? And how I view auditions is as long as they keep asking me for audition tapes, I'm still in the ringer because I prefer a slow yes than a fast no. That's how I look at my entire career. And so this one kind of came out of the blue. It was Columbus Day. I was at the Burbank Mall with my mom, and I got an email, and my agent was like, hey, they really want you to be in New York for this. Like, they like your tapes, but they think they're going to cast this in the room. Would you mind flying to New York for this? And I was like, okay. So this was for the Glinda standby. And so I flew out, had my voice lesson with my teacher, and went in, and I felt like I did a great audition. The music director got a text in the middle, and he was like, would you mind stepping outside? Totally fine. I come back in, and then they have me read some ensemble soprano lines. They kind of worked with me on my scale. I sang as high as I could sing for them. And, that was kind of it. They said, thank you so much. And I came back the next day to dance. Next day I danced. I think the call was like at 11. By 1 o'clock, I'm having lunch with a friend and my phone is blowing up. And I'm like, okay, because I just got this was a different agent. So I didn't have the phone number saved. And lo and behold, she was like, hey, so you booked Wicked. And I was like, oh, okay, this is Friday. And she's like, And they want you to start on Tuesday. I said, I have an entire house. Like I have a whole house in LA. Like, I don't know. And I originally said no. I said,
Mm.
I can't do it. Like, I can't pack up my entire life, find a place to live. Like, I can't, you know? And my agent was like, write down your wish list. What would be the immaculate thing that can get you here by Tuesday? And after all the negotiating back and forth, I didn't go back on Tuesday, but I got there on Thursday and we started that next week. So,
Yes.
you know, it's wicked. It's a whirlwind and it's beautiful music, and everyone at the Gershwin was just so welcoming and so nice, and it was crazy to be able to say, you know, like 3 weeks in, you're like, am I actually walking to the Gershwin to go to work today? Like it never felt real, even for the whole 9 months that I was there. It was never, I don't think I ever took it for granted. It was a pinch me moment every time I walked through the stage door.
And such an incredible moment also because you were working with Brittany Johnson, you know,
Yes.
and I think you would have been a great Glinda. Yeah.
There's
I
still
mean,
time.
I
There's
know,
still
yeah, there
enjoyment.
is still time. Absolutely. I was freaking out just now when you said Glinda, and I was like, "Oh, yeah, yeah.
I would love
Absolutely.
it,
Not
you
just
know. And
ensemble."
Brittany is an LA girly, you know. So I had known Brittany for years. And
Huh.
so, you know, she was the standby when I got there. So we had a chance to reconnect. And then she had left the show, or like taken a break from the show only to come back, you know, as Glinda. So no, it was great. And it was kind of full circle for me because Glinda's definitely been on the dream role list. And to be there, like there when it was happening and to be there during her run, it was just, it was nice history making. And she was so funny. Like Popular is a time that we can like take a break backstage. There were many a times I was standing in the wings or watching the TV, just watching her do her work because she is a brilliant artist. And I was lucky to be able to share the stage with her.
Yes. I'm waiting for the moment for Glinda to be yours.
I mean,
Go
you know,
back.
here from
Go
our
back
mouth up
again.
to God's ears. When I, you know, it'll come, like I said, we like a slow yes.
Yeah, maybe they'll next time it comes to the Pantages, maybe they'll just be like, "You know what? Don't we know Dominique?"
We just know something.
Oh, man, that'd be
Like I got a
amazing.
mock dress in my closet. I'm ready.
Yes, you would be adorable in the little wig and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Oh,
I'm ready.
that's still, like that's so amazing, that you got to live your Broadway dream in a show that you'd been working so hard to get, and, and it was a lot of pinch me moments, as you said, and you were appreciative of it. I think that's one of the things that when great things happen to you is to appreciate the entire time, even
Yeah.
if it's kind of stressful in the beginning, like the fact that you had to try to get there in
Mm-hmm.
less than 3 days, but like
Yeah.
I,
And New York is no easy city. You
mm-mm,
know, it's not. It's
mm.
cold, it smells weird, and it was right in the like depth of COVID. This was like right before like Omicron, or like we like to call Amarion, came in and like took out half of the Broadway shows when there was like only 6 Broadway shows performing, you know? So it was a rough time to even be doing a Broadway show, let alone my Broadway debut, you know? So, which is why I was grateful for everyone at the Gershwin because they just made it. We made the best out of what we were given at that moment when it comes to COVID.
Yes. When you get a day off, what do you do?
I
Because you
sleep,
you do a lot.
sleep.
Okay.
I am sleep. Like I will get up from my bed, move to my couch, turn on tele, and I'm sleep. I really, I really wish I probably should be doing more. Like, but no, if I don't have to do anything today, I'll binge watch Love Island again, or I'll be sleep. I really wish I had something better to say. I'm like, I'd be in the bed. I'd be in the bed.
It's okay. I mean, like I said, that's the reason why I asked the question is because you do a lot. You do
Mhm.
like right now, she's talking to me right now because she's being kind and scheduled me in her day, but she's gonna be doing something else as soon as she gets off of this. So she's
Well, I am
doing a
headed.
whole lot.
I am
Yeah,
headed
yeah.
to bed. Yes, but I'm grateful that we found this time.
Do you miss being on tour with Les Mis? Because I
I
know
do.
you enjoyed that. Yeah.
I do. I miss touring. I told my agent. I said I think I got one more in me. I think I got another national tour in me, and there's so many great shows coming out right now. Hell's Kitchen, Notebook, and probably Boop will probably tour. You know what I mean? So yeah, I do. I do. It's such a great group of people, and it's such a great story. You know, it is a little sad at the end if you know the show, but it's so well loved. You know, that show is from the downbeat. People are at the edge of their seat, and so, yeah, and also to be, I miss just traveling. Traveling was such a great part of tour. You get to see really cool cities, places you may never necessarily go on your own. Like I never thought that I would fall in love with Greenville, South Carolina. It was one of the coolest cities I ever been to, ever. Ever. Great coffee shops, such a great downtown music atmosphere. Like you would never think that. And it's like, I can't wait to go back.
What is a big regret of yours?
Never learning Spanish.
Oh, same.
Yeah. My mother and my stepfather have been married for 25 years, and he is from El Salvador. And so I have a huge family that speaks Spanish. And if 25 years doing anything, you would be considered an expert, you know? And so I regret not connecting a little bit more to that side of my life and being how beneficial it would have been to know Spanish in Southern California enough, you know what I mean? So that is probably my biggest life regret is that I had it right there at my fingertips. And I'm good conversationally, but I get a little lost every once in a while. So I wish I could go back and learn Spanish.
Yeah, I was thinking that I should have just worked on it so I could been in a telenovela. You know what I mean?
That part. Well, yes, that part. And I could kick myself. So one of my very first voiceovers that I ever did, it's how I joined SAG. I did a Starbucks commercial, a voiceover Starbucks commercial. And whoever they hired for the commercial, they just didn't like her voice. Super weird. So they hired someone to dub over her voice. And that's, I know, right? So she's talking and I had to sit there and mouth it to like make it perfect. So I booked it and they had someone come in and say it again in Spanish. Now, that was one of the highest paying gigs for me at that time for voiceover. And I would have made double if I could have just said it in Spanish. So like that always clicks for me being like, it's sometimes like that's money on my pocket.
But you have time.
I got time. That's true. I there's all the things, there are all the apps now. Yeah. But that always comes to mind. I wish, I had that opportunity right in front of me and looking forward, we're going to get better. We're going to get better.
That's right. It'll happen. When you're not, performing and sleeping, you'll find time in your schedule.
But see, the next time I do In the Heights and I can't roll my R's the way everybody else does, then they're going to be like, you should have learned Spanish.
What is a skill you feel if you learned it, would better your career besides the Spanish?
Besides the Spanish, if I could better my career, piano. Piano. I took maybe a year of piano, and I was raised by a single mom, and so after school activities, which were great, sometimes got in the way of work schedule and being available. And I also started, acting very early, and so I needed like a work permit in a sense, because I was really young, started doing commercials and stuff. So the piano lessons was like the first thing to go, because they were like, well, at least you can already sing. Someone else can play piano. That was how, like, we'll get to it. We'll get back to it. So if I could learn piano, then I could be writing songs and partnering possibly with other artists. And so yeah, I think if I can learn how to play piano, we'd step it up. I write my own Disney movie or music, write my own Disney music.
That's what dreams are for, right?
I guess it's never too late to. I don't know. My nails are really long, so I don't know how that would work. I'd just be like, and I'm a long nail girly, so I would be like playing with two fingers.
I'm always just astounded by a lot of the performers in musical theater don't know how to play instruments or don't know how to read music.
Yeah, I'm both. I can't read music at all.
What?
Yeah.
No, Domonique, no. I
mean, like, I know FACE and there's Every Good Boy Does Fine, but like if you hand it to me, I would be like, Can you? But I have I have a really great ear. So if you
Yeah,
play it, I got you.
yeah.
Just play it for me once. I might have a question on a part, but I got you. And I'm okay with harmonies too. But I can't read music. I never really learned.
How do we get away with this?
I sing really high and I distract them, and then they just forget that I don't know how to read.
That's it. That's it.
That's what it is.
Do you know the highest note you can sing?
I don't know, but I know that I've been gifted with whistle tones, so I
Ooh.
assume like whatever that might be, you know. I don't know. See, I don't even know.
It's definitely higher than a C. See, I know a little bit. See, I know a little
Yes.
musicology.
Well, because I think I know a C is like a high C, isn't that like 2 ledger lines above the thing?
Don't go there, Dominique. I don't know.
Okay.
Don't
Because
know.
like I feel like I know bits and pieces, but like
I'm
because
trying
I
to
know
look
that
at-
like I associate it with certain things. Like a middle C is the starting note of The Gods Love Nubia and Aida. You know what I
Yes.
mean? So like certain things, and a high F is what she sings at the end of Dance of the Robe. So like when people go, "Oh, do you have a high F?" I can go, "Oh, okay, yes, I know that." Like so by association, I know notes, but like if you show me what it looks like on the sheet music, I wouldn't know.
See, I was like, what does Christine Daae sing?
Oh yeah. Oh, at
And,
that? Yeah. I can sing that. I can sing that. So I don't even know
come
what note.
on.
Let's see.
And you can
What's
sing Think of Me, I'm assuming. You can sing Think of Me.
I can. I
Yeah.
can. I'm grateful for. I'm like, I don't know. What's the final note that Christine sings
It's not
in Phantom? Gosh, my phone. Of course, when you're like live, my phone's not working. It sings in Phantom. There it is. It is a E6. I can sing an E6.
get it. Come
Yeah.
on. Well, you can go out for Christine Daae too.
I I've auditions. The thing is, you know, I'm really Frozen open. Like my agent took that in the best way because I had never before then I never really got submitted for white presenting roles. We just kind of stayed in a safer zone.
Yeah.
And it was really with that my agent played that in a sense being like, look, Disney trusted her with something that's different. Are you willing to open your eyes? And really since COVID, you know, everyone's kind of with, you know, trying to be more a little bit more equity when it comes to casting. So there's definitely been some more opportunities, but you know, really wasn't before Frozen. It just wasn't happening for me that way.
Yeah. Oh, I have one last question. Can you sing in A minor?
Can I sing in A minor?
Can you sing in A minor? Yes.
Oh, it's
not really. You don't have to. Not right. You don't have to do it right.
I mean, I gladly will, but I'm like, I don't know what that is.
No, you're fine. That's just, you know, I love Kendrick Lamar.
Oh, gotcha. A minor. There it is. I was like, wait, what?
If I had done that, that would have been more clear.
Yes. I was like,
did you hear that, guys? She can sing in A minor. She's trying to strike a chord. That's right. Okay. Oh, Dominique, thank you. This has been a great conversation. We are down to the last question.
No worries. No worries.
Do you like yourself?
Yes. And the only hesitation is because I don't want to say it's recent, but it is newer. It's new. It's new in the sense that I have actually taken the time. I feel like I've done the work. This industry is not easy for anyone. And every turn, there's a no. You put yourself out there. Look how cool look what I can do. It takes a lot to get up every morning and still be happy with who you see. And I'm grateful for the work that I have done. And I'm grateful for my family and my loving set of friends who, you know, make every day fun. So I do. I think I really do like myself.
Yes. Thank you for being on here. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you next time on About That Life. Bye.
Thank you for watching today's episode. I hope you enjoyed it. Tune in next week when I sit down and talk to my old high school buddy, Jamar Richardson. We talk about his Broadway experience with the Book of Mormon. He has been with the show for 10 years. It's an incredible conversation. You don't want to miss it. See you next time.